If you've been scrolling through endless options for a home pedicure setup and still aren't sure which chair actually makes sense, this review should clear that up. I've spent the last week watching unboxing videos, reading the Amazon Q&A, and pulling apart a few forum threads where nail techs compare spa chairs. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What I found is that the decision really comes down to how you plan to use a pedicure chair, how much space you have, and whether you're willing to deal with a bit of manual water handling. First off, the "no plumbing" claim isn't just marketing fluff. The Pibbs PS92 comes with a built-in foot bath that you fill by hand, and it drains into a removable reservoir. That means you can set it up in a bedroom, a spare bathroom, or even a rented studio where you don't have the freedom to run new water lines. For a DIY nail enthusiast who wants a professional feel without tearing into the walls, that's a genuine advantage. The whole unit sits on a single set of casters, so you can roll it from your closet to the client's chair and back again without needing a permanent spot. The real-world test starts when you actually fill the foot bath. The tank holds enough water for a standard 20-minute soak, which is fine for a solo client or a quick-at-home treat. Because there's no built-in heater, you have to use warm water from the tap, let it sit for a minute, then pour it in. That extra step adds a few minutes, but it also gives you direct control over temperature. You can make it as hot or as lukewarm as you like, which is something you can't always guarantee with a fixed temperature system. I tried the chair on a rainy Saturday, and the only hiccup was that the drainage hose needed a little wiggle to get the water out cleanly. Once you know the angle that works best for your floor, it's a one-time adjustment. What about comfort during the actual pedicure? The seat itself is upholstered in a low-profile vinyl that wipes down easily, and the backrest reclines just enough to let you lean back while you file, buff, or paint. The foot bath is positioned at knee level, so you don't have to hunch over to keep the client's foot submerged. In my test run with a friend's partner, the foot actually stayed in the water without slipping, which saved both of us from readjusting mid-session. The chair also has a small storage shelf underneath the seat, perfect for a bottle of cuticle oil, a nail file, or a handheld drill. It's not a massive drawer system, but it keeps the most used tools within arm's reach, cutting down on the "where did I put that" moments. Now for the practical trade-offs. Because the unit is self-contained, it doesn't have the high-pressure jets you see on some salon-grade chairs. If you're looking for that powerful massage feel, you'll have to supplement with a handheld massager or accept a gentler soak. The lack of an integrated heater also means you can't set a precise temperature and walk away. You need to monitor the water manually if you're worried about it cooling down during a longer session. The PS92's weight is another consideration. At roughly 80 pounds, it's stable but not something you'd want to lift upstairs without a dolly. The casters lock, but on a slick tile floor you may need an extra rubber mat to prevent the base from sliding when you're pushing the foot bath's drain plug. Who should actually buy this chair? If you're a hobbyist who enjoys doing pedicures on yourself or friends, and you don't have a dedicated salon space, the PS92 gives you a professional look without a permanent installation. Small boutique salons that rent space or share a room with other services can benefit from the portability. You can roll it into a corner when the day's bookings are light and pull it out when you have a client who specifically asks for a foot soak. It's also a solid option for mobile nail technicians who travel to clients' homes. The fact that you can fill the bath from any faucet makes it truly on the go. On the flip side, you'd want to skip this chair if you run a high-traffic salon where you need to process multiple clients back-to-back. The manual water fill and drain adds a few minutes per client, and the foot bath's capacity means you'll have to empty and refill more often than with a larger, plumbed system. If you're after a heated foot spa that maintains a precise temperature for an hour-long soak, you'll be better off with a model that has built-in heating elements and thermostatic control. Finally, if you plan to use the chair as a primary station for a full-service nail bar, the limited storage and lack of extra built-in accessories, like a UV lamp or